Yo, what's going on, YouTube? Hope you guys are doing well today. And today we're going to be talking about a very common question that is asked, and that is, hey Smarba, I have an X amount of coins, what player should I use to trade with? Now, anytime I see someone ask this, I always tell them that there's no specific player you can trade with. You have to use a combination of different methods and techniques to be a successful trader. You can't just trade with the same player every single day and expect to make a lot of coins on Ultimate Team. So what I'll be doing is making a short new series. This series will be about 5 to 6 videos long or so, and we'll cover what kind of methods you can use depending on the amount of coins you have. Today we'll be covering what things you can do if you're stuck between 10,000 to 20,000 coins. In the following videos, we'll check what to do with 20,000 to 30,000 coins and so on. Being that we're in the later stages of FIFA 13 though, there's actually a lot of things you can do with roughly 20,000 coins. You can try to trade with players that are really cheap, and with that you can probably make a couple of hundred coins per player. One thing though is to keep in mind, anytime you have lower coins, your profit margins will be lower as well. You can't just invest in players that are expensive at this point. You want to invest in as many cheap players as possible so that when you start to sell 4 to 5 of these players, you can make about 400 coins or so profit on each, and then it'll eventually add up. Once you make more and more coins, then you can move up in the trading tree, is what I like to call it, and start focusing on more expensive players. Or you can stick with the consumable method that I've talked about a lot in my videos, but you'll be able, once you make more coins, you'll be able to bid on more consumables throughout mass bidding. So that's what really we're going to focus on. Now, you're stuck at 20,000 coins. You really want to know what to do with it, and you want to pick a specific player. Here's what I recommend. Right now, there's a lot of, I would say, really good expensive players that are going for very cheap. Let's take, for example, Fernando Torres. If I'm stuck at 20,000 coins, I personally would go buy out a couple Fernando Torres and make 1,000 coins profit on each one and keep doing it until I'm able to get to a specific point. Now, again, this is using one specific player, which I don't recommend, so try to broaden your search. I'm just giving you an example of one person to do. Fernando Torres at the beginning of the year was going for about, I would say, 30 to 40,000, I think. Not 100% sure what his price was months ago, but right now you can probably get it for around 6,000 to 8,000 coins. Another thing you want to keep in mind, use popular formations. They sell much quicker, so stick with the 4-1-2-1-2 and the 3-5-2. Those two formations you really can make good profit on because people stick to those formations on Ultimate Team for the most part. So that's what I really want people to focus on if you guys are stuck between 10 to 20,000 coins. Pick a very cheap player, or multiple of them rather. Pick multiple cheap players between, I would say, 4,000 to 8,000 coins. That's really your sweet spot if you're stuck at 20,000 coins, and then buy 2 or 3 of them, make 3,000 coins profit, and then move on to another player. Now, obviously, trading is very boring. Let's be honest here. Trading is not something that's very exciting. I would rather play a game. So this is what I recommend to a lot of people. Make a very cheap team. Make like a 5,000 coin team. Go out and play with it and trade in between games if you're stuck with low coins. Don't sit there and try to trade and make profit for hours on end. You're going to give up because eventually you're just going to get sick of it. You're going to get sick of looking and searching through players over and over again. You're going to get sick of trying to make 100 coin profit on each player. So here's what I recommend to anybody who's stuck with low coins. Go out, play in the tournaments, play in any division that you're currently in, and then after a game, take a, let's say, 15-minute break or so, and then you want to go in and start trading in your 15-minute break, and then go back into the game. That's what I really recommend for people to do. Don't sit there and trade for hours and hours and hours. That's just going to be boring. You're not going to want to do it. So that's what I recommend to anybody. Now, the next thing I want to recommend is the consumable method. You guys can see that the consumable method is probably one of my favorite methods on Ultimate Team. If you don't know about it, it's going to be in the annotation in this video. Go check it out. It's something that's very, very helpful. It's mass bidding on formation cards, on training cards, all of those cards. Go ahead and look at that video. It's really going to teach you how to make the most amount of profit with the least amount of coins. You literally can have 5,000 coins and still walk away with a lot here. Now, being if you haven't seen, fitness cards are going for around 3,000 coins. The squad fitness cards, those you can get really lucky on and get one for maybe 800-700 coins. So there's a lot of things you can do. But specifically, what you should really focus on, because I think it's easier, is picking a wide range of players. I'll maybe put a scrolling list on the screen of players that I really recommend for you guys to go ahead and shift through if you're stuck between this price range. But again, my main go-to method is the consumable method if you have a low amount of coins. In the next video, when we talk about the 20 to 30,000 coin mark, then we can focus on players that are a little bit more expensive, maybe that are going for 10 to 12,000 or so. So for now, I would stay away from those types of players. Even if you have 20,000 or so coins, I would stay away from players that are around 13,000 coins. Even though you can make a little bit more profit on them, it's going to be at a slower rate because you can only buy one of them at a time. This is why I always recommend people to buy multiple cheap players at a time, make a couple of 100 coins profit on each one, go play a game, come back, you'll see that they're sold, rinse and repeat over and over and over. That's what trading is all about, rinse and repeat. So you've seen in this video, I've already used 3 players. I said I was going to put a little scrolling text to show you the players I've used, but you can use 3 players. I'll give you as an example. Chicharito, Torres, and Sturridge are great players you can make a couple of 100 coins on if you have low amount of coins, but this will work for a lot of other players. Pick your own. Go to different leagues. I use the BPL in this video. You can go use the Serie A. You can go use the Russian league. Whatever league you want, just use the same method. See what a player is going for. Try to incorporate the 5% EA tax and then go through it like that. So I hope that I covered a lot of your guys' question, or I hope I covered a lot of parts of the question in this video. So hopefully next time you guys will be able to see a little bit more information regarding 20 to 30,000, and we'll go from there. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you guys want to see daily FIFA content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I mean, what else you gonna do? Catch you guys all tomorrow. Later.